Right, guys, the endgame boss is finally here. We're gonna be able to save our damage starting from the next reset in around 12 hours or so. Actually, less than 12 hours. It took me quite a bit of time to get this team sorted. This is on my main account. I will be doing a different video tomorrow from the free-to-play account because I'm not as competitive there. But on the main account, I had to basically try and perfect everything more or less to try and get the best possible score. But I want to help you guys get prepared before the boss is here and show you some of the best strategies for this boss, skill timing, builds, teams, everything that you need to know basically. If you enjoy the content, don't forget, smash a like, subscribe to the channel for more Dragonheir content, and click on the link in the description down below. You might still be able to use code Skratch to get some free rewards. And to all of you guys that used the code in the past, I am hosting a giveaway in my Discord. Feel free to jump in here, head over to the giveaway channel, and you're going to find all of the information related to the Dragonheir giveaway. And we have a bunch of awesome people helping around, testing different comps and stuff. But without further ado, let's dive straight into the Resurgent Dragon, because there is quite a lot of stuff happening right here. And you have the first day, which is kind of like a demo day where you can actually test a lot of different comps. As I was saying, it probably took me around 7 to 8 hours to test teams to get a perfect skill timing and everything to maximize the damage. I do want to give a massive shout out to my buddy Liveranov, because we've been going back and forward with different strats and sharing different teams, etc. I will be leaving the link to his channel in the description down below or the pinned comment. Make sure you guys head over and drop him a subscribe or follow. He's doing Dragonheir content as well. Awesome stuff. But without further ado, you can use 6 different teams versus this boss, okay? You're going to have the total damage ranking and the daily ranking for, it's kind of like a leaderboard. You're going to be able to gain Essence of Creation from here. Now, each hero can participate in the end game one time only every day. And the boss difficulty will soar in 4 days and 8 hours. Now, initially, I've told you I'm going to put an alarm as soon as the reset happens to hit the boss. But we don't have to do that because the boss won't drop under the 50% HP only in 4 days and 8 hours. Which is absolutely perfect because we don't have to rush and basically make the most out of it. We're going to have 4 days to basically hit the boss while he's over 50% HP. As I was saying, you need 6 different teams. Now, I'm quickly going to show you some of my trial records that I've done, starting with the teams in order. I'm not going to do the runs. I'm going to show you positioning, builds, skill timing, and everything because I have no more insta battles. And I want to basically make sure that I'm not keeping this video like 20 hours long, right? So let's start with the highest damage that I've got on the wild team. I'm not going to show you all of the other testing that I've done with different skill timing and different talents and different builds because that's pointless. I want to show you the maximum, the best result that you can get, or the one that I can get. If you have better inspiration, better builds, you're going to be able to most likely squeeze more damage. So, for my wild team, I'm going to run pretty much the same thing like in the Temporal Vortex, except I'm going to run Ogok in the team. Some of the characters will have resistance, some of them will not. But 354 million damage for my wild team. Keep in mind, most of these teams are a lot of RNG, so you might have to retry them quite a bit. But 354, I'm pretty happy with that. Then, moving on to my Necrosis team, the highest damage I've got was 457 million. One thing that I am considering in trying is maybe dropping Ripcast out of the team and bringing in Zarlot instead. But truth be told, I don't really think it's going to make much of a difference. And that's mainly because I don't have inspiration on Elwonis or anything like that. I've seen a team that was getting like 500 plus million damage. But unfortunately, I really think that that's mainly just the inspiration on those characters, okay? Then moving on to the next team, and that is going to be my Frost team. I do not have the exclusive for Vitar, but basically that's what I'm running in the team. The highest score that I've got is at around 250 million damage, as you guys can probably notice right here, 249. And that was with a bit of bad RNG because Some of my characters died right before the end with like 30 seconds left. So I should be able to pass the 250 million damage. But that is the Frost team that I'm going to run, basically. I will talk a bit about replacements and stuff like this once we're going to get to the builds and all that stuff. The next team is going to be the Poison team. Now, I do have the exclusive artifact on Dauntless. I've done quite a few different changes with talents, with artifacts, with positioning, with skill timing. And the best I've got was 319 million damage with what I have available on my account. So that is definitely not a bad score whatsoever. I've seen people with higher inspirations, including on Dauntless, getting more or less the same damage, but probably they are running slightly different strategies. Then the next team is the Rally team. I've played around with this quite a bit, testing different talents and stuff, but we're going to discuss about that once we're going to get to that. The highest I've got was 274.7 million damage, and basically I'm losing Filto and Huberg right at the end. They could use another ultimate, so that should take me over 275 million damage with good RNG, maybe 276. As you guys can see, a lot of 270 plus averaging. Then we have the final team, which is the Dauntless team. So right here as well is basically running one support character as well. The highest damage is 287 million. One thing that I really wish I would have is a +2 inspiration Ivelios. That makes such a big freaking difference in damage and stuff. But hey, 287, 290 million will have to do. My Ivelios dies literally 90 seconds before the end. If Ivelios would stay alive throughout the entire run, I would most likely hit 300 million. But unfortunately, he dies a bit too early. That being said, let me just quickly load the teams and show you positioning and everything that you need to know about each one of the teams. Now, this time around, we're going to go in the other order. So this is my Dauntless team. I will show you all of their stats as well in a second. This is the positioning, okay? You want to have them positioned like this because of his skills, especially the battle skill. We're going to talk about talents as well. I mean, you're going to see the talents in a second. But the skill timing for this team is actually the following. So that's what you want to run on the skill timing for this team. Now, I'm letting Ivelios run loose because he will gain some ultimate energy. Let him go crazy, right? Why not? But it would be amazing if somehow I could fit in regeneration piece on him as well. I feel like that will lose damage rather than improve my damage. If I would drop this derivative damage piece from him or the glove, I feel like I would. It would be a very high price, okay? But in terms of builds and stats, that's basically what we have on them. So that's my Sura right here, as you guys can probably notice. We have Nathaniel. You do need to run this set, and we are running the Gatekeeper staff on a lot of the support characters to get the skill haste to enable us to go on a 2-to-1 ratio with the boss, okay? Then we are running Tarivol with the Wine of Dragon. I need to drop some of the crit rate on him if I can and get more crit damage because I forgot what this does. And I need to try actually the legendary, the mythical artifact. I haven't tried the Spear to see if that will do more damage on him or not. Then we have my Nasty Jinka. She does have, of course, the exclusive artifact. I would love to have like 500-600 more attack on her. That would be amazing. And as you guys can probably notice, they all have resistance, okay? It's very, very important to have a lot of resistance on Nathaniel and then make the most with this, okay? With the bottom 3 talents. And then every single one of the other characters will have a good chunk of resistance. 150 170 plus is kind of like what you need in order to make sure that that will work. These are my alliance bonuses, basically. So I have all of them. Crit rate, crit damage, skill haste, attack speed, enlightenment. Everything will be up and running. So this is my Dauntless team. If we're going to move on to the next team, we're going to bring in the Rally team. So let's use it. This is the positioning that I have on the rally team. Once again, we are running resistance on everybody. But if I'm quickly going to show you the skill timing, so the whole idea is that I'm going to let them run loose, okay? They're going to gain a lot of ultimate energy. The main reason why I've done the skill timing like this is to make sure they do not desync, okay? Because Huberg can use the ultimate in front of Alton without having the defense down. A lot of things can go wrong. Now, I will give you guys a couple of very, very important tips in here that I've discovered with Liveranov talking about this team today. The boss will gain a buff, okay? Now, if you're getting the right talents on your characters, you're going to be able to dispel the buff with the rally team. So it's very important on Alton, or the character that will have the Witch's Remains to apply the defense down, to have the bottom 3 talents for the rally, because this, when consuming rally to cast the ultimate skill, there's a 50% chance to dispel a buff from the target, okay? So you can dispel the defense up, and that will increase your damage for your rally team. So I have the bottom 3 talent on him, okay? I've tested it on Filto as well to see if the top talent deals more damage or the bottom. It seems to be more or less the same damage, but I stuck with the top one. You want to have a middle 3 talent on one of your characters. I have it on Lorantil because this creates a magic circle at the location that will allow us to deal more damage, okay? This thing right here. Now, let me just quickly share the builds with you. We've seen the skill timing. So basically, let's start with the support. We're running Gillian, once again with the Gatekeeper Staff, the same Power of Tides set, higher resistance, skill haste, because you want her to go on that 2-to-1 ratio, more or less. Then a good chunk of Enlightenment, a bit of survivability. We have Lorantil. These are the stats on him. We are running the Pipe Organ with a Puppeteer set. You see 192 resistance. Then we are running Alton, 236 accuracy, 217 resistance. Not so much crit rate on him. It would be good to get more crit rate, but hey, it is what it is. Then we have Huberg. We are running him with a Pan Flute and 183 resistance. Keep in mind, you do not need to build these characters with 100% crit rate. In fact, you only need 50% crit rate on them because you have 10% more crit rate from the bonus stats, and you're going to have a 40% buff from Lorantil. So you don't need to build them with 100% crit rate. Very, very important because that will allow you to push other stats. The only one that I would probably recommend you to push as much crit rate as possible is Filto, and that's mainly because he's going to gain a lot of ultimate energy, and he will overlap Lorantil, which means that sometimes he's going to use the ultimate without getting the buffs from Lorantil, so he might not crit all the time. That's why the more crit rate you have on him, the better. So that is the rally team. Let's move on to the next team, and the next one should be the poison team. Now, yes, we are running Jorn in here, and we are running Garion, okay? So Garion is going to be the main healer. Once again, the exact same strategy with the healing. Big shout out to Liveranov once again for sharing this with me, basically making the most out of the Gatekeeper staff. Skill timing for this team, I have the following, okay? So I'm running them on 16.5 seconds. As you guys probably noticed on the previous teams as well, I'm running them on 17.5. Now, the reason why I'm running them on 16.5 is because of Jorn and his passive. He will boost the ultimate energy on all of my team, okay? And that's absolutely massive. Now, the skill timing is the following on them. The two of the bottom ones are literally running loose and using their skills as often as possible. In terms of builds and talents, so this is Jorn. You want to have as much skill haste on him as possible. Resistance and accuracy on all of your characters, once again, is very, very important. The whole idea with him is that whenever he gets hit, he's going to basically push the ultimate energy on all of the allies by 10%. So you want to group all of your characters together to make sure they will gain it. He's going to jump in front as well. So everybody will kind of like be around him. Very, very important. Then we have, of course, the healer, Garion. Once again, the same gear set. Gatekeeper Staff, High Resistance, Enlightenment, and a decent amount of survivability. You can see the talents right here. It's no point to show you bottom 3, middle 3, or top 3 because you can just look at the icons and you're going to know. But this is the bottom 3. Then we have Durango, the Witch's Remains, 163 resistance. With what we're getting from the other ones is more than enough. And the whole idea is, once again in here, is that you need to have a middle 3 talent on one of them. And then on the other ones, you want to have top on the poisoners. Okay, very, very important. But this is my Durango. This is the build on him. Enlightenment, a bit of attack, as much crit rate as possible to make sure he's gonna proc that ultimate energy. Then we have and to apply the poison, sorry, Twitch. We are running Twitch with a Serpent deity. This is the build that we have on him. I don't have the best mythical gear, which is really unfortunate. Hopefully we're gonna get some more in the next couple of days from progressing in this event versus the boss. Good enlightenment, good attack, accuracy to land the poisons. And then the final one is going to be Lothair with the exclusive artifact. If you do not have the exclusive artifact, use the Serpent on him and use on Twitch the Boomerang. And that will give you a pretty good amount of damage as well. But very high enlightenment on him, very good attack as well. We have a very good build on him. And I don't even have all of the gear ascended to his elemental affinity, as you guys can probably notice. I could get much better stats on him, but he doesn't require the accuracy. That's the good thing. And of course, we are using the enlightenment aura. Moving on to the next team, guys, we have the Frost. Basically, this is the positioning for them as well. I've tried putting Vitar in the middle, okay, because the battle skill should be doing some damage too. Surprisingly, it makes absolutely no freaking difference, okay, which is just mind-blowing. I don't know why. I've done quite a few different testings with this as well, and it's just not making any difference. But skill timing for this team, guys, we have 16 seconds, okay? I could potentially drop it maybe a little bit lower than that, maybe like 15.8 potentially, but I feel like 16 is gonna get the job done as it is. I might test more tomorrow if I have more time. I feel like I had enough for today, but that's what we have in terms of skill timing. Support wise, we are only running Velocia. Now Velocia is running the Prismatic Cloak, a very powerful artifact in here to reflect the debuffs back onto the boss, especially that decreased attack. It makes a huge difference because your team will have better survivability. I am running her on a Brotherhood set. Basically, high resistance, 546, a good amount of enlightenment to basically support my team. And we have more or less the same type of talents. Then we have Oster with the Witch's Remains. Some of you guys might be wondering, why? Why him with the Witch's Remains? Basically, he's going to gain a lot of ultimate energy from the battle skill, from the passive, sorry, which will allow him to put the defense down more or less consistently on the boss. Yes, sometimes it might not land, but you need to retry it to get the better RNG. Those are the talents. This is the build on him, as you guys can probably notice. Then we are running Olgen. Why are we running him? Because he's going to buff the entire team with attack up, which is very important. Now, positioning is important too, because you need to have them in the right order to make sure that all of them will get buffed. Okay, very important. Then this is my Vitar. These are the stats on her. Everybody, once again, is with resistance. Okay, just kind of like keep that in mind. I am running the Whisper of the Consumer on her. Now, one build that I want to improve is the build on Losenia. So tomorrow, I'm going to try to basically boost the damage on her as much as I can, because I've seen some different teams where Losenia, funny enough, deals more damage than Vitar. Don't ask me why, but it happens, okay? So I really wanna test that a little bit around. She doesn't have that much resistance, but it is what it is. Then moving on to the next team, guys. So we got to the Frost. We're gonna go on to the Wild. This team does not have resistance. The skill timing is the following for it. Very important. Keep in mind, this boss has 3 different targets. The wild team, if it doesn't hit the same target, it will not do good damage. So you wanna have this positioning either on this side, either on the top side. It does not matter, but you want all of them to hit the target. The boss has the arm, it has the head, and it has the tail at the very top. Okay, so those are three different body parts that you're gonna hit. If your wild characters are spread around and they're all hitting different targets, Flora's Vortex won't do shit. Pardon my French, okay? This is my Ogok. He does have resistance. He is on a Puppeteer set with the Gatekeeper staff. Those are the talents on him. We have Erich. The rest of it is literally the build from my Temporal Vortex. I haven't changed anything else at all. Then we have Felicity. This is the build on her. Then we have Flora. This is the build on her. And then we have Caspar. This is the build on him. I have too much crit rate. I should be dropping 15% more crit rate if I can to try and get more crit damage or attack on him. I've just realized that I have so much crit rate on him, so I definitely need to change that. Moving on to the final team, guys, and that is going to be the Necro team. We are running this composition right here. This is the skill timing 17.5. And if I'm not mistaken, we had 17.5 on them as well. And that is mainly because we are gaining from these bonuses, okay? If you do not have a good alliance and you haven't unlocked all of the bonuses to get this 15 skill haste, run 18 seconds. Because I have this skill haste, I can run 17.5, which overall will bring me more damage with every single one of the teams. Very, very important to keep that in mind, okay? This is the positioning. Out of all of the teams, to be honest, this doesn't really matter. This team doesn't really require an important positioning or anything like that. But the builds are the following. We're going to have Ripcast with an Ancestral Protection, and we're going to have basically the Healing Gloves on him. We're going to have Witch's Remains, Resistance as well. I should try to run a tight set on him and see if that works better. I might do that tomorrow, but my team tends to survive till the end. Sometimes I'm losing Centralia and Ursilas a bit early. This is my Lelwonis. Bottom talent tree on her. We have basically the exclusive and a gambler set. High crit damage, good crit rate, good attack. Then we are running Premza. This is the build on her. Decent enlightenment, decent attack. I haven't really tried to upgrade her build, but I should be looking into it. Maybe I can squeeze a bit of more damage. Then we have Centralia. She is on a Puppeteer set, and that is with a Downpipe Organ. And we have Ursilas, which has the Prismatic Cloak, and we have Brotherhood set on him. And this is the build. These are the talents. If I remember it correctly, on her, I have the top 3 talent because of this. The bottom talent won't do shit on her, okay? Don't bother with that. Use the top 3 to increase her attack so she can give more attack to your Lelwonis, okay? That being said, guys, that's pretty much it. If by any chance you've discovered better strategies that are doing a lot of additional damage compared to my teams, but not if you have +5 inspiration on all characters, because that won't really cut it. But if you have similar stuff going on and by any chance maybe you've discovered something different that enables you to push more damage, let me know in the Discord. Come and join my Discord as well. The link is in the description down below or in the pinned comment. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, do not forget, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will be doing a video from my free-to-play account tomorrow, guys, okay? I really wanted to prioritize this for my account because I am playing competitive the game, right? And I want to make sure I'm scoring a good amount of damage to be able to get top 20 on my server because I am on a very, very competitive server, okay? That being said, much love. Appreciate all of you guys watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.